Hello everyone. We'll start today's session shortly. So till the participants join in, could you quickly confirm if I'm audible? You can type a yes in the chat box. Oh yeah. Thanks, Mani, for confirming. Thanks. Thank you, Anupama, for confirming. Just couple more minutes and we'll start today's session. Yeah. Good evening, everyone, and a very warm welcome to today's webinar, which is how ChatGPT shops for you, the secrets behind ChatGPT's shopping intelligence. So it's a pleasure to have you all with us today as we explore one of the most transformative innovations at the intersection of AI and retail. So it's the rise of intelligent conversational commerce powered by models like ChatGPT. So, in this exclusive session, we'll take you behind the scenes of ChatGPT's groundbreaking shopping feature, which was recently launched, and also reveal as to how OpenAI's latest advancements are reshaping how users discover and purchase products online. We will dive deep into the technologies driving this transformation, including RAG, which is the Retrieval Augmented Generation, Semantic Search, real-time product recommendations, and also the structured result orchestration. And to see how these components, combine to create a shopping experience that is not only intelligent but also personalized, seamless, and multimodal. And to help us unpack this fascinating topic in greater detail, we are delighted to have with us our speaker for today, Rushikesh Meherwade, the Vice President of Data Science at Motilal Oswal. He is an accomplished data scientist with over a decade of experience in performance testing, application monitoring, and Java tuning. And his expertise spans across NLP, which is the natural language processing, machine learning, and mentoring tech professionals like us in both startups and global enterprises. He has worked closely with top edtech platforms and global organizations such as Capgemini and Renault, bringing both technical depth and educational clarity to everything he teaches. His passion for teaching and hands-on experience in building intelligent systems make him the perfect person to guide us through this session on ChatGPT's, impact on e-commerce and AI-driven retail. So this is going to be an interactive session. So please feel free to drop your questions in the chat box or in the Q&A tab at any point. We are here to learn together. So no question is too small or too complex. So without further ado, let me invite Rishikesh Meherwade to take us through today's session. Rishikesh, over to you. Yeah. Uh, uh, Rishikesh, you're on mute.
Yeah, yeah. Good, good.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot. I was talking on the mute, but yeah, please let me know again if you can hear me loud and clear. Guys, please put it over the chat if you are able to hear me loud and clear. Uh, Please use the chat to just say yes, no. Awesome, guys. Awesome. Great, great, great. So, welcome to the session where we learn how this ChatGPT is able to provide us a very new type of experience that is right now, you have used ChatGPT for chatting. You ask it as your personal assistant. You ask it as you use it as your tutor. You use it as your personal assistant. So you use it in a lot more different formats. But with the new integration that the ChatGPT has done, now you can also do shopping over the ChatGPT. So this is like a new feature that they have recently started, and we will go dive into the structure. Like, okay, what are the pieces? How these pieces are? What kind of pieces internally behind this are being used to build this thing? Okay, so that is a core thing that we will be going through. If Komal is saying my voice is not clear, please confirm if you are not able to hear me well. Anybody else who feel that my voice is not clear? Yeah. If anybody else feel the same, please. Okay, okay. Just give me a second. Great, great. Hey guys, sorry. So, can you hear me well now? Is it better? How do you feel my voice now? Yeah, please let me know over the chat whatever you feel. Is it still low? Okay, just let me check. It should not be low. Okay, sure, guys. I will uh, talk loudly a bit. That will be good. Cool, cool. So let's get started with our session. So let me just share the PPT once again. Great. So we will see like what are the secrets which are happening behind this ChatGPT, like how it is able to do this things related to the shopping. That's a very new type of a product that the ChatGPT has come up with now, based on the things that we have been doing till now. Like there were till now images we can create. There was an era, a small era that started with creating a Ghibli style, studio style images. Then there is a deep research. There is a computer use where ChatGPT will be able to use your computer and will be able to behave like a human and interact with the website, with your desktop and the system. So those were a few initial things, and now the recent trend is how do you do the shopping? Like just to give you a gist, you can just chat and you will be able to get the products. You can say that okay, I want a clothing products. I want to go to Goa and I want some good clothing products, but my budget is this much. If you are able to say something like this, the ChatGPT will be able to go through the internet, search the most recommended products for you, and get you the outcome with the conditions that you are setting with that. So that is the thing we will go through. Before to that, just to talk about myself a bit, I have 13 years of experience in the IT industry, and out of this 13 years, few years initially have been in the testing domain. Like I used to do performance testing, different type of testings we used to do. And then I saw that okay, there is a good demand or good need for data. Like we used to deal with a lot of huge amount of data, and there is a crunch of technologies like how do we process this data. So there I got to know that okay, there is a big data, data science, all of these things were coming up. So big data is something that got my attention around 8, 9 years back, I would say. And we used to look for data science, like data science was a very new field at that point. And there were very few courses at that point about the data science, machine learning. And over the internet, it was like, okay, data science is a math heavy subject. Even nowadays, people still call it like a math heavy subject. But the way we have seen the maths in the college is very different as compared to the real world use case. In colleges we just keep solving the things and we don't understand why are we solving it, what is the real world use case of it. Like many things, the real world impact of it, we lose it. The college life versus the real corporate life has a lot of differences in terms of the real world industry relevance. So those gets missed. Like after completing my college, I had to learn by myself a lot of maths and things, but in a very different way. Like if you have thought that okay, derivatives, statistics, linear algebra, all of these are like complex things that I used to feel that because I was a diploma student and from diploma to engineering, it was a very different path. Like we fear maths. And but yeah, learning that whole thing got changed around 2017 something. At that point, Great Learning recently started with the courses like business analytics, business intelligence. So there's this course called as a BABI, GL BABI, that was great business analytics and business intelligence. So I was able to complete that part-time 1 year, and then it allowed me to explore some more opportunities. And recent role, I was into like VP of data science in Motilal Oswal, that is a financial organization. Okay, so that was about myself, and I have worked across NLP, computer vision, recent things being Gen AI, agents, LLM. So all of those are like recent hot things which are there, and we are leveraging it heavily in the organization right now. Okay, good. So let's get started. And no question is a silly question. So anytime you have a question, feel free to put it over the chat. I may take some time. I will complete some modules and then I'll be in between looking at the chats and will be responding to you. But no question is small. The moment you have a question, just put it over the chat. Okay. That is a request. Let's make it a more interactive session and we all get to learn from each other. Okay. Cool. Let's get started. So the problem statement being like, why are we going with like conversational AI for all the fixes right now? So, uh, like right now, if you see this LLMs, Gen AI, whatever you call it, all of it is having a very big impact at every single industry. You name an industry, there is a use case for Gen AI. Like you talk about healthcare, pharma, finance, marketing, um, anything. Almost every industry is right now being dominated by the Gen AI and all this application. These are not that straightforward. People are struggling. Slight complexities are present, but they are having a lot of use cases. The things that we had to struggle a lot, like few years back, 4, 5 years back, when we used to work on document processing, automations and all, it used to be tough and there were few things that we cannot do. But with the Gen AI and LLM, now it is possible that we can do this thing. So even with the e-commerce, the major challenge is like keyword matching. So currently what happens is if you try to search something, mostly these are words that you are trying to match. Like for example, in Amazon, if you try type something, what will happen is you will specifically get only those words coming somewhere in the description, somewhere in the product name. So those words are exactly present somewhere. So those words has to be there. If you try to ask something with a similar word, but that won't be, you will not be able to get it in a very well manner. So that is a one big thing right now. You have to know the product, some kind of exact word to search that. And then there is a cognitive load on the user because of this, right? Because you have to every time think that okay, this is what I want, but okay, what is the right word for it? Like only just few days before I was searching for, I wanted something. I had an image of that thing in my mind, but I didn't exactly knew what it is called as a name. So I had to struggle a bit. I searched internet, everything. Then I got the name of it, and then I searched it. So that was a one challenge. And personalization in terms of your own history. So, personalization to some level, all these products are able to do it right now. Like Amazon, Myntra, wherever you go, you will be able to see some personalization, but there is a more possibility is that with LLMs, it's possible that we can do more better personalization. Like when you're searching things, the things which are more relevant to you would be coming in the top as compared to the things that are just matching with your, like for your search. If there are 10 recommendations, but something based on your history matches more out of those 10 would come on the top. Like those kind of personalization is something possible with the LLMs and Gen AI. Then, so again, with respect to the words and all, it ignores the synonyms, the misspellings that happens. You have to handle all those things, right? Like many of the times you have felt that, okay, if there are even a small spelling mistakes, these models um, can't help that. Then the major part is you have lot of ads. Again, it depends on product to product, but more of the places you will see sponsored products versus the normal products. So it's a mix of all of it. Even like when you do Google search, some search would be sponsored and then further search would be coming up, right? Like those are everywhere you will see there is an ad. Even with Amazon, it will show you more of like the sponsored things in many of the places. Then slow and inefficient search performance. The search as an industry is very big industry because you can use the search across many different places. Any organization where there are like say less than 100, greater than 100 products, okay, whatever, like whenever there is a greater than 100 products, you need a better search. You need a proper way by which user can easily search to those products and get the list. Not even 100, I would say, even if it is like greater than 20, 30, no one want to go through the scroll. Like they want quick results. The way I search, I want to get the results. So search is something, is a very big thing in the e-commerce and even in the other organizations. Okay. And now coming to the AI powered conversational agents, which are right now working as LLMs, Gen AI, and all this core agents, what really happens is the benefit of this is it has an intent understanding. Like even when you are trying to communicate, it really understands what you are trying to ask, right? Many a times you just give it a one single sentence and it can just explain it to you what you are trying to ask more better than you. Okay, it happens a lot of time that okay, I create a very small prompt and I ask it to explain this prompt and it will give me a more better descriptive prompt than I can do it. So it is able to understand very well like what I am trying to ask. That is a one big thing. Then personalization comes with this journey. Like this LLMs are very good at understanding the data. Okay, so based on the history that you have, we can create a very good structured, personalized systems based on all the interactions we have done. Even when you go over the chat, like if you have a 10 different prompts, the 11th prompt that you're asking, even if it is very simple, it still try to correlate everything with all those 10 previous conversations that you had and will be able to give you a response. So it knows you, it understands you very well based on the communication, transactions, history that you have created. Okay, and the human like decision tree. All is this AI agent. Like why we call AI this agents and all is because they represent the intelligence, right? The way we humans have as the intelligence, the systems also have the intelligence and they can, but they have it in a artificial manner, right? We are creating artificially driven intelligence, which is creating this thing. Okay. Uh, then like they can engage users in the natural language, multi-turn dialogues, you can communicate with it and guide them to right products without forcing them to configure endless filters. So usually what will happen is if the number of products are very high, you may have faced this challenge that you have to configure the filters and say that, okay, no, I only want this thing, I only want this category so that unnecessary products will not come. So with the conversational thing, you just have to put it over the chat, and the model or the machine will be able to transition your query into the proper filters by itself. So, like if you go to a normal shop and you talk with the shop owner or the person there, you say that, okay, no, I just want this thing, this category, and this thing. So the way you communicate with that person, same way you can communicate with this conversational agents. And they have a real-time context-aware assistance. Now, what do you mean by context-aware is like it's again about the personalization. They know certain context, they know what is happening, how is happening, what all information is required. All of that they can combine together and provide you the response. And you have a more trust and transparency with this AI agent because they can understand very well. Like by prioritizing organic and relevant results for us, they also reduce the ads that can come into it. So it again depends on how we build the product, but it's possible that as you are trying to get user to a more relevant product, you can reduce the ads and everything and get straightforward what they really want. And conversation can build trust in search experiences. Why we love ChatGPT so much is because we trust it. Whatever the responses it is giving, we trust it that okay, it is able to give it right. Many a times we trust it so much that okay, if something that we can ask to a friend or even somebody else, we first ask it to the ChatGPT. That is a trust we have over that. So if same kind of experience we are able to get in different type of products, even there we will have a more trust as compared to the other systems. Like even a proper salesperson, more than that, we will have better experience with the AI agent because they will be unbiased, right? It depends on how the people develop it. They can develop it with the bias, but in a raw level, they are unbiased in nature. They will just give you what you want. They'll just answer innocently whatever you ask them. And there's a continuous learning and improvement that we can embed into it, right? So AI systems can analyze user interaction, search data, and identify different gaps, optimize the different algorithms, and create some recommendations which are more structured over the future. Okay, so just a question, uh, all of you here, what are the different type of chat interfaces that you have used? One I talked about OpenAI. Any other different chat interfaces that you have used, and which one is your favorite? I would like to know it. So please put it over the chat. So if you like ChatGPT, you can talk about ChatGPT. But what are the different uh, platforms available, and which one you like over it? Please put it over the chat. Okay, great, great. So Vaidehi says perplexity. Wow, that's great, awesome. Simanshu says DeepSeek. Kranti says Gemini. Sudha says Gemini. Gami AI, ChatGPT. Okay, that's great, Sudha. You're using multiple tools. Ashish says Copilot. Okay, nice. Uh, Gamma, Gemini. Okay, Gamma means you guys are using. Okay, great. Awesome, guys. Like you have used multiple tools. Uh, yeah, so there are some paid tools, there are some open source tools. On top of it, there are also some more tools that only come with like certain vendors. Like there is a Llama, there is a Mixtrill, so DeepSeek is one of it. So like this also, there are some more open source versions that only some of the vendors host, and like some vendors are there who can just collate everything and give you, like Abacus AI, and some are there. But yeah, Gemini has recently seen a very good trend. Claude, Anthropic, OpenAI, so these three are like a very core products. Perplexity just solves everything by trying to do a live Google search, and like search, not I would say Google search. It's just a internet search and gives you a more better recommendation. But yes, now you can imagine all these tools already have access to the internet. They can go to the internet, parse the results from there, and show it. But now they are also added some more things. Let me just see one thing here. Deep thinking ability of DeepSeek just to understand the problem solving approach of model, and how can we replicate it for solving several problems. Okay, deep thinking or DeepSeek just to understand the problem solving approach of model, and how can we replicate it for solving several problems. So Manshu, I think you're asking a question is what I'm thinking. This question will require a good discussion. So let's keep it at the end. Please remind me at the end again, and we will discuss on it for sure. Okay. Please remind me till the end again on this question. Great. Oh, awesome. Okay, that's what you like because it has a good reasoning ability and it is able to solve the problems very well by going through the reasonings. Awesome. Those are the reasoning models which can just break down any problem statement into small steps and then create a complete output out of it. But they have this capability that they can reason through it and give the output. Awesome. Cool. Now, ChatGPT has come up with this shopping capability. Now, ChatGPT has coding related tools, research related tools. Now they have this image generation tools, video generation tools. Now, a latest addition is a shopping based experience. Now, this experience allows users to like explore and just a second. Okay, so allows like users to explore and purchase products directly through the ChatGPT interface. Like not even what will happen is your ChatGPT will be an initial interface which will show you the products, and then it is possible that this interface will take you to the website to a direct product page, and you can explore that product. So this AI-powered shopping experience provides a very personalized recommendations, product images, user reviews, all of it can combine together and give you a output. You can imagine that you are trying to buy certain product on Amazon. So what we do while buying the Amazon product, like can someone tell me like what all things you look for when you're buying certain product on Amazon or the website? What all sections you try to go through when you're trying to buy product on Amazon or any other e-commerce website? Can somebody like to tell which all sections you explore for a given product? And then I'll tell you like what all things can be improved here. So when you're buying things through the Amazon or any other e-commerce website, what kind of thing? Okay, that's a first hit there. Kranti has given customer reviews. Okay, Simanshu says yes. Description, product image, product description, product reviews. We try to see this as a human. We try to go through all of this and then make a judgment. Now imagine that ChatGPT able to go through the description, help you summarize the description if you wanted, and then also summarize the reviews for you. You can ask certain specific questions out of the reviews that, okay, this is what I'm trying to look for in the review. And this models are able to crawl through the website and get all those description reviews, everything, and you can ask specific questions. Because right now, Amazon and other products don't give you a chatbot or something where you can just question that, okay, how many people are talking about this feature of this thing. They have got the tags, but if you really want to get a summarized view of that kind of question, or from the description. So all of those things we can get out of it, right? So as I say, discount and customer buying ratios, yes, absolutely. Product description, specification, review, price and offer, right, Anupam? Sudha, yes, popularity and budget. Yes, absolutely. Great, great. Okay, so all of this experience, you can imagine that now rather than just do scroll, 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 click, 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 what you have is a chat interface. You have a chat interface, you get to a product, you say that, okay, for this product, what people are talking about, what is the review, just summarize for me and give me, I just want to know about this features, what people are talking about, this features. Like if I going to buy a mobile, can I ask for more battery based things? So this kind of things are possible over the future. But now, initially, what we have, we will come to it. So, natural language understanding, they are very good with understanding all the textual information which is present over the product. It can have a real time integration in terms of the website because it will do a live web crawl when you ask a question and then get you the expected products data. Because all of these websites will have APIs. Some websites will have a exposed API, some will not have it. So this ChatGPT will be able to connect to these APIs and get the detailed data. Multimodal foundation, like because it can understand multimodal basically means it can handle multiple modalities. It can understand text, audio, images, so audio, so all of this different type of data, these models can easily understand. So right now we will have text and images. So this thing will be able to see whether in the given image this kind of thing is present for the product or not. So things like this we can understand by the vision. Also, it can have a voice interface so that with the voice interface you can communicate rather than just doing a typing prompt. You will be able to communicate and get the response. So at a high level, how this thing really works is there are multiple type of models which are used to build this thing. So at a high level, if we see, one is a transformer-based language model. So transformer-based language model is models like GPT-4o, GPT-o3, o1, so Llama, Mixel, all of this. Like right now, with ChatGPT, if we talk, it will be specifically the OpenAI models. So 4o is a very good model in terms of understanding, in terms of analysis and all. So 4o plays a very important role in understanding the user's text and also the text present as part of this products. Second is a vision transformer. Now, vision transformers are specifically built for understanding the vision based data. So it's to like interpret and analyze the given images from the product descriptions and all. Like sometimes you have a question, and this also wants to be understood from the images. That okay, I want a clothing, but this clothing should have something like this. So this kind of thing can only come from sometimes can come from image. The contrastive language image pre-training. So there is a model like the model that we have as a GPT is one type of model, VIT is one type of model. Clip is one of a model that helps us match the text with the image. So uh, you have a text which says that, okay, I want a t-shirt with this kind of description on it or images on it. Then uh, the image with this kind of thing, we have a capability through the clip by which we can say whether this thing matches or not. So that's a flexibility clip gives us. Then a very popular thing that is going on with this LLM models is the RAG pipeline. See, anybody knows, okay, it's already there. So retrieval augmented generation, that's something like allowed us to go beyond what the model knows. Okay, these models are trained on certain timeline. Okay, they are trained on certain timeline. So if we go want to go beyond that, we can use the RAG. We will get more details into it. And then the important part that comes is the natural language understanding. Like we will be using just on top of the GPT-4o sometimes. a simple algorithms related to the NLP or natural language processing can be used to understand the intent of the question, what kind of entities are present. So this kind of things we can bring out, which are simple in nature. When you say, okay, there is a shirt you require with the price. So this kind of things are called as the intent and also entities. So what's your intent you want to buy? Then the entities which are like shirt with this budget. So identifying this kind of things, there are very simple models where we don't need to go to GPT based things. We can get that with the simple models. And then at the end, speech to text, if you're using the voice based feature of this models, you do when you speak, there are certain models which are speech to text, which will convert your speech to the text part. And then there are models after the results are coming and you the output is generated as a text from this other model. There are TTS or text to speech models which are generating from the text to the speech part. Okay, so guys, please provide any questions if you have. Okay, yes, Sudha, right. That's a lens. Absolutely. Lens is something where you add a question, you get a similar images that goes through with a model similar to clip. Okay. Now, what is RAG? So RAG is something that the moment LLM started, so LLM started as a with their own knowledge. So these models have all the internet knowledge integrated as part of it because those are trained on the whole internet, right? The majority of the internet these models are already trained on, and they have all the knowledge, but that knowledge is limited to certain time and only limited to the general knowledge. Now, certain companies will have specific products, specific things, domain terminologies, product descriptions, and all these things which are internal to the company are not exposed to the GPT, but they are still there, and companies want to build something on top of it. So, just an example, like let's say in your company you have HR policies which are very specific to the company. Now, if someone want to create a conversational AI system on top of this HR policies, the pure LLM will not help you because it is not built with your understanding or knowledge of the reports. And even these reports are not one or two. If you have a very big organization, there could be hundreds or thousands of policies which are present, which caters to different type of users. One of the ways we just take all of the text that is present in those policies as part of a ChatGPT prompt and then ask a question. But if the number of documents are very huge, you can't do it because that all can't fit into the single prompt. These models have a context limit. Okay, they can only have this much of a text at a one go. If that goes beyond that context, it won't be able to answer. So RAG helps us process this big chunk of data. Okay, we are going beyond the memory of this model and then cater to the extra knowledge that is sitting somewhere externally and we try to integrate it. Even if it is having a very large size, we can still integrate it as part of a model. What we try to do is we try to chunk this information. Like we chunk it into smaller pieces. So first is like there is a concept of embedding. So embedding, what it does is all these models are mathematical in nature. Okay, so there is a linear algebra, derivatives, all of that is happening inside these models. Now, for doing any mathematical computation, we need numbers. Textual data we can't use for doing any kind of mathematical operations. So this data, whatever user query, product description, images, all of this data need to be first transformed to some numbers. That is called as embedding. So with embedding, uh, all the information that we have about any type of data that we want to integrate and also about the user query, everything has to go through this embedding format. So when we store this data, we store it as the embeddings. So all the information is now the small chunks that we talked about are stored as embeddings. The user query will come up. We also pass it through the embedding. So there are models for it. So we get an embedding and then we try to match this embedding of user query with all the stored embeddings. Now, let's say you have 100 documents. So you will have 100 embeddings. we will store this with a vector DB. There are things called as vector DB. So user query comes in, we embed it, and there will be a DB where all these things are already embedded. You match it with certain similarity metrics, something like cosine similarity. There are different type of similarity metrics. So one of a popular one is cosine. So we compare them, and we get a metric. We say that okay, which is the highest match document. So out of 100, you may say that okay, the top five with the highest score we try to pull out. Now what happened is rather than going to all this 100 as a one single go, we just pick the top five and use it as a context for the model. That's what the retrieval augmented general generation basically means. That's a theory at a very high level. But yeah, we convert this into the query embeddings. There are different embedding models available. Then we do a vector search for the top K matches. Like whatever the top K results are present, we run the embedding query to compare the product vectors in a database to find the most relevant listing, and then out of that, we pick up the top K. Like let's say 5, 10. It depends on the application to application. We pick up the top and then we send it. So what will happen here is like a search for a noise cancelling headphones. Okay, that's a user query. Retrieves both quiet comfort and Sony models based on the similarity scores. We are also storing this products with their own number format, which is a vectors format. When the user query comes in, we compare it. These vectors are built in such a way so that the things which are similar to each other will have a very good score in terms of comparability. Okay, that's a base of RAG models. Okay, so going next, then once we have all this context, retrieve product data, like as I said, we may have out of the 100, we will just pick up this top 5, top 10, top 15 based on the application is injected into the LLM prompt as context. Now, with the user query, we also get the textual data of this 5 to 10 products that we have picked up. We append it to the original prompt. Okay, this is the user prompt, and this is the context prompt. We merge it together and then send it to the LLM model. Now, your prompt, rather than having all these 100 documents as a context to your prompt, you just have this 5 products as a context with your user query, and then we will send it to the model, and out of this top 5 product, model will make a decision that okay, out of this top five, are all of it matching with the user query, or there are some who don't match. And based on the user history and everything, this model will be able to say that out of this top five, these three are more similar to your request, and it will show it to the user. Okay, that's how this pipeline would look like. Okay, at the end, once these results are available, a synthesis of natural language will happen, will generate a response, combining the retrieved data and the knowledge that we are trying to train it with. Then finally, it will say that okay, the product, this thing fits the 16-inch laptop and is made from recycled material for a budget option considering like this. So based on your question, which is to find a backpack under $80, this can help you generate the final result in pure natural language. Right now, when you see the results in products, sometimes there could be this factors right hidden, like maybe, um, for example, it's a recycled material. So when you see the product listing, it's a recycled material, maybe mentioned somewhere inside, but model is still giving you. But you have to go through search where it is mentioned in the description or here. But the synthesis will help you get that whole summarized information that okay, this product is filtered because of this reason. That's the main crux of it. I see some question. Okay. Will ChatGPT will help to find whether his product is good or bad to buy from the list of same type of products? Okay. Now, Anupam, this question about whether the product is good or bad. Now, where will this come from? It will come from the reviews, right? Because model will need some kind of information. See, the way we humans try to understand any product by going through the reviews, going through the product descriptions and all. From the product description, you got to know that, okay, this is a matching thing. But now, whether it's a good or bad, summarizing the reviews can help you get that more knowledge. Okay, like out of that, it may say that okay, this parts are good in this, and this parts are not good in this. It may give you, and based on that, you can make a decision that okay, these are the features that I'm more interested in. These are the features, even if they're not good, I'm okay with that, and then you can take a decision on that. Great. So, semantic search is something that we talked about. Like, what really happens is back to school, like when you say, okay, $800, what will happen is the model is trying to break the problem statement into two different parts. Okay. What I said is like, the user query goes through the embedding model. You get a vector. This vector gets searched over the vector DB, which will have all the vectors present related to your documents. It will match, it will bring out some top features. Now, these things are not simple in the real world. You may have, like, if you just consider the Amazon has millions of or products or billions of products they have. Now, when we want to compare this thing across all of them, it may bring out a lot of unwanted things also. Now we want to reduce those unwanted things and only pick up the things which are more relevant. So what will happen is the semantic search will first try to bring out all the matching products based on the similarity, which is a very simple cosine thing. Cosine based on the cosine, they pick out the some relevant things. But from this relevant semantically similar things, not everything will be very relevant. Like out of 1 million, you may say that okay, give me 1,000 products. And out of those 1,000, it's possible that only 100 could be more relevant to the user, but 900 just came because certain things got matched with that product with a high similarity. But now there is a one more step called as a re-ranking. Re-ranking based on the user context. The first level, we only use this cosine similarity, vector to vector search. These are like very straightforward things. So there's a possibility that they may not give you a very accurate result, but still a more relevant one. And then re-ranking will say that, okay, out of this 1,000 that we fetched, how do we rank them for the given question's relevancy and sort this 1,000? Now, sorting this 1,000, we only get the more relevant one to the top. Maybe out of 1,000, then we pick up 100, or even we take all the 1,000, but just keep the sorting as a structure. Okay. So, this initial thing, semantic search, will embed the user query and the product metadata, and will do the cosine similarity and provide some ranking. So it will bring out the top 10 products with the highest similarity, and scores are retrieved by doing cosine similarity score will come. This similarity will give us the score and we will use it. Now, LLM based re-ranking. Okay, what's going to happen here is some soft evaluation will happen. The initial list that we got from this first uh, search, see, because from the 1 million records, you first want to do some simple search, something that is very fast and efficient, and get a limited number. And then once on we have a limited number, we can do some complex things to get the proper output. So this initial list is passed to the large language model again for deeper re-ranking. Now this 1,000 products that we got, we will send this to the model and we also give the query, and now we will send it to the proper LLM, say that okay, you rank it now, that which is more similar to my query. And then the model will again go through one by one and tell you that okay, this is highly relevant. This is very highly relevant. This is low relevance. This is mid relevance. So it will rank and provide an output for every single product. Now there could be multiple different ways. One way would be you send your user query, all the product description one by one, mentioned as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and your prompt would be, this is my query, these are my list of products. Tell me which one is more relevant to my products and also give me a ranking score. So the model will be able to give you a sorted ranking for each of them. Second way could be you just try to rank one by one. Okay, you say that this is my query, this is the product, tell me how much is the relevance. Again, like this, if you have 1,000, you just pass all the 1,000 to the LLM, you get a score, you then sort it. So like this, there could be different type of ways by which a re-ranking can be done for a better personalization. So re-ranking can also involve some history of a user. We may say that, okay, this is my product, this is the user query, and this user's behavior is like this. He likes this thing, this color. He usually buys this kind of product. So we can have some users profile and say that, okay, now rank this products based on the user's query and also the user's preferences. Now model will see these preferences and the question and all the products it will try to re-rank and give as an outcome. So there could be different type of models that can work in here. Rank GPT, LLM for PR. So all this could be a different type of models that can help do this. And personalization, if we are going to do without much of a surveillance, so one simple thing is like in context, in session context. We have a real-time understanding. ChatGPT can do the personalization recommendation by understanding the overall conversations. You may say that, okay, no, I want this. You may again give a new query, say that, okay, no, no, I don't want this. I want even to add this thing. So these models will have this flexibility to take all this as the rules and create a good filters from those answers. So one is like a in session context, like based on the context that we are generating in the given session. That session is only one time. You may have seen that in the chat GPT, you start a new session. When you say new chat, whatever you are talking in that session will be relevant in that session. Once you close that session and start again new, it will be fully new. Whereas the memory-based feature will allow the model to understand you from all your previous sessions. It has gathered some memory which says that, okay, you talked about this thing in this chat, you talked about this thing in this chat. So it has gone through all your chats and has got some personalized behavior about you. That, okay, from all my history, I can see that this person likes this color, this product, this brand. So this kind of information should be understood. The current models don't do that very well. They do it, but not that well. But with this features, it's possible we can enhance it. Okay. So if you mention I need a minimalist desk for a small apartment, ChatGPT will prioritize products matching those criteria only during the session if you go with the in-session context where there is no history. As I talked about, when you click on new chat, you have a session and only things will remain within that session. Okay. And like uh, this thing, how it will help the shopper, right? Like there is a trust and transparency, like the absence of ads, tracking, all of it. Right now, ChatGPT do not add any kind of ads and all. It just directly gives you what you ask for and will give you straightforward things. There is no sponsored and other things. It doesn't know that. It just goes through the web, whatever matches your recommendation, it just brings that out. And then getting the genuine personalized responses based on your context history. And then frictionless experience. What you have is like you get a very tailored product suggestions that is coming in real time. You make a shopping very interactive. Like it's like you are going to a shop, you're talking to a person, to the salesperson saying that, okay, see, I want this thing. Can you give me? And similar to the salesperson, it knows what to get from your communication. And the salesperson may also know you very well because you've been a regular customer. He knows very well that, okay, you like this thing, this behavior. So he will also make things personalized for you. Same way, ChatGPT can also do that. So OpenAI clarified they don't earn any kind of commission from the purchases which takes place through them. Okay, recommendations are based purely on the editorial reviews which are present in the products. And there could also, it can also go through if those recommendations are also present as part of Reddit threads, user feedback, and not paid listings. So it will also go through those to understand more about the product because technical products and all, it's possible there could be some recommendations in the Reddit. Uh, for other products, it could be different type of websites. There could be some online editorial websites where the product related reviews happen. So it will just go through all of those and will give you a more personalized thing. And it'll also have very uh, neat and clean representation of the product cards. The way you see the products, right? Like it'll have a very consistent representation for those cards. What will happen is like if you go to different websites, you will see that different products are representing different information in a various ways. But here it will try to keep the thing simple by keeping the product title, price, image, rating that it has got from the product, link to directly purchase this product, and any additional info that you want, it will also add to it. It will main work of ChatGPT here will be that ensure that every card follows a very structured format, so that for you it's a very seamless experience and a consistent experience. Then we talked about the dynamic re-ranking. It highlights the most relevant or best value product at the top, and also it could be like based on the personalization, different results could be there. And response naturalization, like this, if it's being called from APIs or even directly product, the raw data could be in the JSON, CSVs, or in a different formats. So it'll try to normalize it and create a human label text to give it to you. Okay, some of these examples, if you see, even now, if you go over the chat GPT and try to ask it things like this, that we want to buy product like this, it will be able to scan through the things and give you recommendation like this with proper description, and also like product by product, it'll try to give you some brief. If you have your prompt in a detailed way, what you really want or what you're looking for, it'll also give you those things. If you see like it will also bring this detail from multiple websites if it is present and show you the prices across multiple products. Okay, what are popular headphones I can buy? My budget is this, and like these are the real snapshots, and it will be able to go through the websites and give you some proper suggestions. Okay, so in terms of future directions, this is just a start. It creates a lot more opportunities for different type of new startups, new companies, new way of interacting with all these things that we have been doing till now. So it could be like image, like you provided an image. You say that okay, this is what I want. I'm looking for. You don't know about it. As I said, I had an image of certain thing in mind, but I don't know what it is called. But if I have that product, I can just take a photo, search for it, and I may get some better suggestions. Memory-driven agents uh, who knows you very well in terms of the whole communication that you have been doing from a long time, like whatever products you have been searching for, whatever way you have been talking for. So it will know you very well, and based on that, that memory that it has gathered over the time, it will be able to use that and give you more personalized information. Voice shopping, you can just talk, chat, and get the outcome. It could be called vibe shopping over some time. Right now, it's vibe coding that is doing the round, but over the future, it could be vibe shopping. Okay. And in chat checkout, certain websites with APIs may directly allow doing in chat checkouts, and it will be possible to do that. Okay. So that's about today. And to talk about great learning, they have been top ranked at techs, and they have a very good completion rates for the courses, and they have ranked very well in different rankings. So the program is like 12 months program, have a very flexible structure, and there's an integration or collaboration of Great Lakes and UT Austin. Okay, you get to learn from faculties who have been industry veterans, and there are a lot of prep course, foundational things, self-paced modules that you can use to learn the foundation so that your time in the course will go for more advanced things. You will get a domain exposure to very top fields like computer vision, natural language processing, Gen AI, lot of different tools. Okay, so if you have any questions, you will get a feedback form. So fill that feedback form. If you have any questions, the team will connect with you and give you more details about what you can learn, how this will help you, and you'll be able to get those things. So now I'm open for questions. Um, if you have any questions, please put it out and we will talk about those. I hope you all liked the session. You got something out of the session. Uh, that's what I'm hoping. So please let me know if there are any questions that you have. Awesome, guys. Like, just a question: was this useful um, to whoever attended? Did you feel this gave you something as a information? So something you gained from the session, you can just say yes or no. It'll be a great help. Great, great. Thanks, Anupam. Good to hear that. We're able to gain something more out of this. Anybody else who thought that this was useful? Or if you say not useful, even you can mention that. Great, great, Simanshu. That's good to hear. Great, Kanti. Radhika, thanks. Thanks a lot, everyone. It has been a great session with you all. Uh, Best of luck to everyone. Okay, take care. Bye.
Hey everyone, just take a couple more minutes. Please fill the feedback form shared. Well then, thank you everyone. Have a great evening. Hey Ramchandran, for the course link, right? Like, please fill in your details in the feedback form shared. Our team will connect with you and share whatever the required details that you're asking for. Yep. Thank you once again. Have a great evening. Bye.